How's everyone doing? It's Grant with the Garden of Eden, and today we're going to tackle some major algae issues. I believe it's Staghorn. The way it's growing out, it's kind of like a mix with a little hair algae hybrid Staghorn thing going on, but it's quite wicked, Dr. Seuss looking. Accidentally left the lights on overnight and thought it would be a good time to start growing out a tank to do a before and after with this new product from Brightwell. It's called Razor. It's supposed to keep your tank super clean, and if you have an issue like this, it should help you revert that problem. So before some of you say, oh no, the only thing to do is torch it, I'm gonna go over my process on how to completely tear down all of your algae issues and quick few simple steps. And to start it off, we're gonna manually remove all of the hair algae, Staghorn algae, blue-green algae, anything in there that's growing that shouldn't be. Here it is, all cleaned up. We've stirred it up a bit, but that's alright because we're about to do our water change. I've also not topped the tank off since I started growing out the algae, so their water parameters should be relatively bad. So we're going to do a heavy water change, at least 50% or more. While siphoning, try and get any little bits of algae that you can. You don't want them to attach to something and start to grow again. Here we have the tank all the way filled up. As you can see, there's a little bit of algae still left. We didn't get all of it, but the more you get, the better water quality you will have. So the only thing left to do is add our Razor product. So here's what I'm using. It's called Razor from Brightwell Aquatics. It's designed to target and clean the surfaces of rock and wood and driftwood, and also works on your plants. So it's really not a product that kills algae. It more loosens it up and makes it really easy for it to fall apart and break off. It's kind of hard for algae to grow if it's not attached to something. So this makes it super easy to vacuum it up and remove it manually to get all the algae gone. And it makes it really hard for the algae to grow onto the surfaces once this has been applied. So it's a good product to keep in your tank if you're wanting to keep the algae away. However, it is not shrimp safe. So any invertebrates or anything, you're going to want to remove those from the tank if you're going to dose this. Then do a hefty water change afterwards if that's the route you're going to go, if you're going to add the crustaceans back into the tank. But this product works great at taking care of planted tanks and just making sure they're absolutely clean and clear. And it only uses 1 milliliter per 50 gallons. So I'm going to use a little bit over 1 milliliter for my 55-gallon tank, and this bottle really lasts you a long time. So I'm just going to take the lid off here. It's child-proof. I've got a cheap syringe. And I just need a little bit over 1 milliliter for 55 gallons. So right there is where I'm at. And I'm going to dose this now with the water change, and then I'm going to dose it again in 3 days. And every 7 days after my water change, I'll do another water change, and then 3 days after, I'll dose this until all the algae is gone. So we're just going to add that into the top of the tank here. Here's the tank, 1 week into it. Algae seems to be completely gone. I do have a little blue-green algae left there, and a bit of algae left on the swords over here. But other than that, everything seems to be completely gone. So I'm going to go ahead and trim down some of these plants. I'm going to replant everything and let everything grow out. I'm going to do a 20% water change and hit the tank with a Razor again. And we'll check back in 1 week. So here's the tank 1 week after a water change and trim. I dosed the Razor again, and now the tank is completely algae free. All the blue-green algae is gone from over here. There's no more signs of hair algae or Staghorn, not even on the swords anymore. And good growth out of the plants still. So I have to tear down the tank, left it how it is. Everything's still doing great, and it's algae free. Thanks for watching.